Could it be Dustin? Dahlia wondered. She then immediately dismissed this thought. That was impossible. They were already divorced. Besides, they were now like water and oil. Why would he help her? Moreover, he wasn't capable of it. Chris Nolan, you're such a vile and despicable human being. I must have been blind to believe in someone like you. Bastard. I even thought of you as family. You're even worse than that trash, Dustin. Florence and James cursed at him after knowing the truth. They had put their whole trust in Chris. They didn't expect him to be a fraud. We all have to look out for ourselves. You only have yourself to blame for being so dumb. Chris mocked scornfully. Shut the fuck up. My ears are sore from listening to your bickering. Edward roared, and everyone fell silent at once. What I'm trying to say is, I have nothing to do with the Nicholson family. I don't know Hunter Anderson either. The Nicholson family was behind Sir Spanner's death. I had nothing to do with it. Chris knelt on the floor with a thud and started to beg. Uncle Travis, how should we deal with him? Edward asked. Travis didn't say a word. He took 2 steps forward and declared to Chris, I don't care about what you have to do with the Nicholson family. I just want to know who the murderer is. Tell me, and I'll spare you, or else you face the same fate as them. I'll tell you everything. Chris suddenly had an idea and said in a hurry. I figured it out. It must be Dustin. He must have murdered Mr. Spanner. Dustin? What a familiar name. Edward pinched his chin in deep thought. Edward, did you forget? He's the one who beat you up. Chris started to blabber. It was him. Edward immediately remembered and added resentfully, Uncle Travis, Dustin is the most suspicious of all. Where is he? Travis asked coldly. I saw him at the Emerald Building this morning. I don't know where he went after that. Oh, Dahlia is in charge of the Emerald Building. She's also Dustin's wife. She must know where he is. Chris pointed at Dahlia and pushed all the blame onto her. Bullshit! Dustin and my sister are divorced. James immediately refuted. That's right. We have nothing to do with Dustin. His mess has nothing to do with us. Yeah. You should look for Dustin. We're all innocent. Everyone started to protest, afraid of being involved in this matter. I'll decide if you're innocent or not. Everyone is guilty before we find the murderer. Travis scoffed coldly. That damn Dustin. He's going to kill us all. This is so unfair. We've obeyed the law our whole lives. Why did we meet such a troublemaker? The Nicholson family lamented together. Leave Dahlia and lock up the rest of the Nicholson family. Travis gave the order. Yes, sir. The adjutant saluted, and armed soldiers led Florence and the others into the car. As for Chris, he was shocked out of his wits. Where are you taking them? Dahlia frowned with worry. You shouldn't worry about them. You should worry about yourself. Travis slowly inched closer and asked coldly, Where is Dustin? Are both of you involved in my brother's death? You'd better be honest, and I'll end you quickly. Otherwise, your entire family would join you. Sir Spanner's death has nothing to do with me. I don't know anything. Dahlia denied. You don't know? Travis snorted. It seems you won't say anything without some force. He waved his hands, and 2 soldiers came forward and bound Dahlia up and hung her in from the ceiling. Let me go! You're abusing your power. Dahlia kept on struggling. However, her wrist hurt more with each struggle. Abusing my power? Travis laughed at her statement. It seems like you haven't got a hold of the situation. Now, your life is in my hands. I decide if you die or live. I'll ask you one more time, where is Dustin? I don't know. Dahlia shook her head stubbornly. Huh! I think you would only give up after facing death. Beat her up until she spills it. Travis commanded. A burly underling quickly came forward dragging a barbed whip. What are you doing? Dahlia's face paled, and as she was about to say something, the whip landed hard on her back with a crack. With that crisp sound, her clothes tore, and a deep, bloody wound was left on her back. Dahlia moaned and gritted her teeth, holding in pain. What quickly followed were multiple whips. The blows landed on her one after another. Dahlia finally couldn't hold it in and let out a scream. Her body was in such pain it started to tremble. Her pale and smooth back instantly became bruised and bloody. This whip was a specially designed torture device covered with dense spikes. Even a man couldn't endure a dozen lashes, let alone a woman. Spill? Travis stood to her side and watched unfeelingly. Dahlia bit her lip in pain. She was sweating profusely, but her eyes were set with determination. Don't stop! Hit harder! Travis was losing his temper with her and commanded his underlings to use more strength. As a result, the sounds of the whip and screams began to erupt one after another. Chris couldn't bear to watch on. He could only lower his head in silence. Edward, on the other hand, had a disturbing smile on his face.